Hello and welcome to the 30th Irish Open live from the Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. My name's Dom Gall and joining me is Simon Sheppers.
Yeah, just for a short while. I will go back to the hotel, get a shower and...
Yeah, you stink. You stink from your 6 games.
Yeah.
Right, featured pair. Who've we got? Olaf van Kalken.
Yeah.
Richard Thies. Julian Viskokis and Robert Lind.
Yeah, we have 2 featured pairs because you can see the screens on lane 7 and 8 as well.
Yeah, so we've actually got 4 featured pairs then. We've got Nicky O'Malley, Bianca Wickerad, Paul Gregg and Marcel van der Zee.
Yeah, they just arrived this morning. They flew at 6:30 in the morning from London to Dublin.
Yeah, nobody flying out of Holland late yesterday.
Yeah, their flight was cancelled yesterday and they flew yesterday to London, stay over, wake up at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning or something, go to the airport again and
wow,
that's Dublin.
That's dedication.
And I heard that some Norwegian players didn't get the balls yet, 13 of them.
Who?
Norwegian players.
Oh, they've not got the balls yet?
Yeah, they flew from as a stop on Schiphol yesterday. And they flew really late to Dublin. They arrived at 1:30 at night, 2 o'clock at night, but no balls.
Ugh. So annoying when you go into a tournament and your balls don't turn up.
I have my own experience with that.
Yeah, so Richard Thies, 10 pin for his first shot. Richard, as many of you will know, is now a PBA title holder, having won in the World Series of Bowling this year.
Yeah, I was talking to them yesterday, and when he was bowling, some guy in America screened it just by his phone on the telly. Any word about the sound?
I think we've got sound, haven't we? Can you hear us now, Dan? We didn't have sound at first, obviously, because we don't have the sound on when the music's playing, but if somebody can confirm that you can hear us now.
Yeah, everything shows that we have sound now, but...
Alright.
Yeah, there's quite some delay, just 1.5 minutes or something.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, we should get sound.
I think we've got, I don't know, let me have a listen. Yeah, we've got sound.
Yeah, we got sound now.
Yeah, we've got sound.
Yes, Bill.
Alright. Right, other noticeable stars of the game. Paul Moore, wearing green. I don't think I've ever seen Paul in green before. Paul Moore on 11 and 12. 3-time champion of this tournament. Possibly to become the only person to have won it 4 times.
Yeah, the all-time leader.
And Daria Payuk from Poland. Mikey Rowe took me back to the hotel last night and he was telling me about Daria. This is and you got to pronounce it Payuk, not Payak.
Yeah, like all the Americans do.
It means spider in Polish or something.
Yeah, I heard from a colleague of him. He told me yesterday as well.
Right. Daria just hit a split. Oh, and just hit that split. Spared it. Fine figure of a female bowler.
Yeah. The new style of female bowling. Power.
Power. Yeah.
Smooth and power.
Imagine if she'd have been a bowler 20 years ago. Everybody would have looked at her in awe. Like, wow, what you can do with the ball. There's quite a few good female bowlers get a good bit of hand on it now, but she's probably the one that gets the most on it.
Yeah.
How many squads we got today? This is the second one. We got another 3 after this.
I think so, yeah. But I will check.
Matthews hits his first striking frame.
Friday. 2 more.
Oh, no, what? 2 more after this or 3?
Yeah, 2.
All right.
Just 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock one.
Sweet.
And tomorrow 3 as well, and then the Desperado. They made the format a little bit shorter. That's why the series, the squads were filling up really quick this year. I got my entry in June, and some squad I wanted was already full. I was like, June? The tournament is January.
Yeah. A lot of people do like steal the squads early and then don't come. Some of them.
Yeah, we had some gaps yesterday, but yeah, it's
understandable yesterday with the people coming in. It's not unusual in January anyway to get a few players kind of stuck somewhere in the world.
But a lot of Scandinavian planes are having a stop in Schiphol just for transferring.
Yeah, Sean Kennedy was saying as well about a few dropouts in the last minute as well.
Yeah.
I ain't seen the 2 Latvians yet, Daniel Vezis and the other one. They don't look like they've turned up. Unless they'll come in later.
Yeah, but they normally travel by bus.
Right.
He does everything by bus.
I like Daniel.
He was suspended for a couple of years.
He got banned for a couple of years from the World Cup 2 years ago in Vegas. He went on a Facebook rant after the block and said some pretty nasty things towards the Cuba Graham mechanic and stuff. Who he was okay with it, but it's not the done thing at a tournament. So he got a ban from World Bowling, I believe. 18 months, something like that, 15 months, something.
Yeah,
I felt for him though, because he played that tournament in the World Cup and it worked out pretty early that the left side was just not scoring. There was no way he was going to make it through. So he bowled practically 18 games back up. So he's bowling a right-handed shot really, but with two-handed left-handed, and he only just missed the cut by about 20 or 30 pins. So he was very frustrated at the end and went on to the Facebook, and the rest was history.
Yeah.
So if you're listening at home, kids, keep it off Facebook. You can be angry, but you know, back in the old day, you just swore behind people's backs. Now you're doing it on Facebook and everybody sees it. Snap out of it. Paul Gregg on the featured pair on 7 and 8 with 3 in a row after an up frame.
We have a perfect start on 11 as well. Again,
Eon again. Oh, Owen, sorry. Yeah, McLaughlin already bowled a 300 today. Is he bowling with Honey Badger? Yeah, bowling with Honey Badger. Yep.
Could be the World tournament, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of 900 global players playing in the squad as well.
Yeah. Ron Hurt plays with 900 global, I believe. And Daria as well.
Yeah.
Which is effectively Storm, isn't it?
No.
What do you mean no? They're not owned by Storm.
They are a separate company.
But they're owned by Storm.
Yeah, but they won't have anything to do with technology or just their own technology.
Yeah, but still owned by Storm, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Hammer and the Ebonite range, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're all separate companies, but under one umbrella, so to speak.
Yeah, you have the EBR, and you have Storm, and you have Brunswick.
Yeah, Wes Pye went from Storm to 900 Global to advance the range, and I don't think anybody at Storm were too happy that Wes went, because he's a likeable guy is Wes. But we'll see. We have word that Bill Chrisman's supposed to be coming, but uncertain on that yet. Sean Kennedy were telling us at the beginning that he was coming over as a guest. We'll see. It'd be nice if we could get him on the stream.
Yeah.
Get Bill Chrisman in the Storm Virtual Studio.
Yeah, just have a quick look. Nobody in it, but...
Ah, well, I'll go in.
Don't we? Hmm? Yeah, yeah. I think we have to adjust it, but yeah, maybe. Just- That's better. It's better.
Yeah, that's why I've got a face for radio. It's like a red bit.
Yeah, I already turned it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that'll do.
Now we have some better HMI captures this year than last year.
Is that what's making the difference with the
Yeah.
green screen? Yeah, we brought the lights and everything. We're not needing them now.
Now we have 2 big 1000 watts movie lights just in front of us.
Yeah, 2 movie lights just to make sure the people can be seen a little bit. It still looks a little bit dark though. Is that because we should have them facing down a little bit more, should we? Maybe.
Maybe. But
I don't want to be touching them though. You can fry an egg on them.
yeah. But maybe I can fiddle around with settings just to get it a little bit brighter.
It does still look a little bit dark. What do you guys at home think? Dark? Light? Dom said, let there be light. And there was light. And the light was good. Keep your comments and chat coming in. Predictions. Who do you want to win? Who don't you want to win? That'd be fun if you all start typing in. I don't want Paul Moore to win. Or I don't want Simon Shepherd to win.
Let's see what happens now on the screen. I've turned up a little bit.
It's not too bad. Some people would say that it's probably better not seeing some of the bowlers' faces.
Yeah, we can't put 1000 watt lights in people's faces as well.
No, not really.
It already makes a big difference when we have the lights on or off, so.
It does, yeah. Richard Teese not having the best of TV games.
Yeah, it should be brighter now.
Ah, that looks better.
But I'm going back to the hotel,
Okie dokie.
so I will speak to you, I think next squad, the end of this squad.
Yeah,
Just get some time off and
you do that. Get some rest.
see you in a
See you soon.
see you soon.
So 2 or 3 frames just to finish this first game. If you just joined us, you're watching the 30th anniversary Irish Open live from the 18-lane Leisure Collects Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. Tournament sponsored again for the 3rd year running by Storm Products. The final year of the Storm deal. So we'll see who the sponsor is next year. It may well be Storm, it may well be another brand, it may well be somebody completely different. Who knows? I hope it's Disney and the winner gets a holiday to Orlando. Something good. Credders, welcome. As long as we don't have to see your ugly mug, Dom, I don't care who wins. And Dan Balsam seconds that. Yeah, don't worry about it, boys. I've done my piece on screen now. All right. So Paul Moore on a 89 in the 5th. with a spare, so not going too well at the minute. Oh, just left a 3-9 sleeper and they both fell over. So I'm missing you this year, Credders. Got no two-time county champions here this year. I haven't seen Chewy yet. Chewy's supposed to be coming. Or isn't he? Dan Balfield, Dan Balsam. I hear Lee Chatfield's sponsoring it next year. Hashtag minted. And Kim Richardson says, good luck, Glenn Richardson. Where is Glenn? He's down. He's got no place to go. At least he's got rid of that beard. Can't quite see what score Glenn's got at the moment. He's down the bottom end there, 15 and 16. Is he bowling with a honey badger? Oh, he's just spared a big split though. Bounced it off the wall. Cred says he'll be there any time soon, Chewy. He'll be here soon. Good, 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 good. Party can start when Chewy gets here. So Biscuit Tease on 3 in a row, looking for number 4. Gets it. Remember to get to Talk Temping to find out all the latest action on there. Got a few videos, slow-mo videos of the players over the last couple of days. There's a cool shot of a sweep hit by Liam Fitzpatrick. Chins. Ah, there you go. Chewy's on his way down soon. Get the beers in, Dom. Yeah, good one. I've been sober for about 8 or 9 months now. But then again, I only had about 1 beer last year, so I don't drink anyway. Which is just as well. It's about a frame away from the end of this first game in the 30th anniversary Irish Open. Olaf van Kalken, he's going to finish with 177. Julian Viskokis with a 149 if he spares this. Richie Teese can finish with a 246 if he taps out, 3 in a row. And Robert Lind can finish with a 213 if he strikes out. On the other featured pair on the left side there, Paul Gregg. Looks like he's going to finish with around about 214 or 224, depending on what this shot is. Bianca Wicarad, former winner of the Malta Open back in about 2010 or something. 145 in the 8th with a spare working in the 9th. Who else we got in the house? Tora Torgerson's here. And he's got a black eye. Don't know how, don't know why, but he's got a black eye. Oh, tap for Richie. Otherwise that wouldn't open. He's going to finish with about 222. His strikes. And John Chu there saying, guest appearance on the live stream, I think. Give me a few hours in Bowlands first, though. It's what the crowd wants to see. Well, it's one way to get me banned, isn't it? I've had a good run, 4 years. It's maybe time for the Chewy and Credder show to take it over. We'll stick it on the red button. Fan commentary. It's what everybody wants. I think one day we'll have a badass stream though. We'll have Dan Bonfield, Lee Credland, John Chu, and Graham Wilson. That could be entertaining. If it don't get pulled off air within 20 minutes. Owen McLaughlin's going to finish with a 227. If he gets one more strike, he bowled a 300 with his honey badger earlier. You say honey, I say badger. Honey badger. Does hit quite well though. Even though it looks like that Storm Gold one they brought out a couple of years ago. Paul Moore hits the rack and leaves a 7-pin. Not going to finish with a big game here. Maybe about 197 if he spare strikes. Gredis says, I can fly out tonight and come back from Monday for 415 quid. I'll stay at home. You do right, mate. That's a stupid amount of money. I'd have got over here for about 30 quid if I hadn't brought a bag with me. £72 I think it cost. From Leeds Bradford to here. Alright, so we're going to take a short break from the commentary. We'll be back in a few minutes' time with the next game. And we'll see who we've got on our featured 4 lanes. John Chu there saying Pee Wee ain't got the minerals for an island weekend anymore. It was nice to see the rerun of the video this week. The amazing flip onto the bed and then the broken ankle that resulted in it, or whatever it was. Pretty impressive for a big guy though, doing somersaults. Back shortly. Welcome back to the 30th Irish Open, live from the 18-lane Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. My name's Dom Gall from TalkTenPin.net. And on your featured 4 lanes now, starting on lane 7, Tom Nielsen, Jamie Elliott, and then we've got Sloane Ranger, Christopher Sloane, Colonel Sanders, Nicole Sanders, Bad Jensen on 9, Eric Garda on 9, and on 10 we've got Stephen Joyce and Andy Gillespie from Scotland. Dan Balsam there saying, I priced it up yesterday to fly back Monday, 140 quid, was tempted. John Chu can't lift his leg up now, hashtag let himself go. He should have come, Balsam. Nicky O'Malley opens up with front 2, down on 11 and 12. Richie Teese opens up with a spare and a strike. Keep your comments and chat coming in. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win? And your Irish Open scoring standings at the moment. Barry Foley is the top dog with 15.09, followed by Rob Turlby with 14.78. Steve Gasmans from Belgium in third with 14.69, and Patrick Starfish Mika with 14.43 in fourth place. Andy Jones in fifth with 14.36, followed by Alan Bride with 14.30. Anthony Simonson from the USAE with 14.26, just ahead of Timo Pukisto, who bowled the 300 yesterday with 14.17, and Elko Gorta with 14.09, Stephen O'Connor with 14.05. 9 players all over 1400 at the moment. The cut looks like it's going to be over 1300 this year. How far over? We do not know yet. And if you've missed any of the action today, Rob Thirlby made a move earlier on. The new slimline Rob Thirlby was top dog in the first squad of Friday with a solid 14.87, including a 2.79 to jump into the top 3 in second. Andy Jones placed second with 14.36 in the block as the Dutch live streamer, my partner Simon Sheppers, took some time off from the stream to roll a 13.86. But he had a couple of good 7.10 pocket shots, which I laughed at. He didn't, but I did. It looks like he's got enough with 13.86 to make it through at the next round. We'll see by the end of the day if 86 is going to be enough. 186 over. And yesterday, if you missed any of it, started with Belgium Steve Gasman shooting 14.69, and then the second squad we got the 300 from Timo Pukisto, and then Paul McCauley a game later hit one. Then we got that masterclass from Barry Foley, opening with a 186 and then ending up with 15.09, and adding the fourth 300 of the championships in game 5. Coming close with 2.99 was Jason Burns from Ireland. Left us a pesky 7 pin. And then that final squad of the day So the PBA grabbed the top 2 spots as Anthony Simonson hit 14.26 after opening up with 269 and 290. Ended with about 190 something in his last game. Richard Teese was second on the squad with 13.86. Bowling Maniac says cup prediction 13.70. It's a good number to post. He could be not far off that. Simon were thinking about 13.60. There's games out there to be had though, if you can find the shot. It's not the Willie Wall that everybody thinks it is, but at the same time, you can shoot a lot if you know what you're doing. Dutch Bowling TV. Good work again, Dom. Is that you, Marco? Or is that Simon back at the hotel? I do appreciate it when somebody says good work, because I'm not used to hearing that. Tim Stampy! How you doing? You sped the 710 last year, didn't you? And you're not here. Why are you not here? Or are you here? Just not here yet. Yeah, a few people asked me my predictions. I ain't really got a clue who's going to win it this year. I kind of went with a safe bet and said Paul Moore, purely because he'll be round about the last 10 at the end. Yeah, that 710 last year, Tim, was probably the highlight of the tournament for us. Managed to catch it on the stream. Ah, you went to Finland, you went to Ballmaster. Makes sense. Does look like a great tournament to play the Ballmaster. Never actually been to Tarley Bowl, but it does look really cool. And there was no spots in this one when you were trying. Yeah, it's been full. A few problems yesterday, obviously, with the Dutchies trying to get into the country. Nobody getting out of Holland. So there was a few squads spare yesterday, but it looks like we're full now for the duration of the tournament. Dan Balsam, have you done your Marco Landman impersonation yet this year, Dom? I haven't, actually. So, my name is Marco. We have got the schedule for the bowling, and it is long. It's not very good though, is it? I'm not good at Dutch. Some would say I'm not good at English, but... I could do my Andy Gillespie. Hey, come on. We man get a strike. Go for some chips. Yeah, Tim says otherwise the pattern looks nice. Yeah, it's certainly scoreable. I think that's probably the problem with some of the players that go on there thinking they're going to have a lot, and then it's not as easy as that. But Barry had the shot yesterday, and that shot seems to be standing just a little bit left to centre, and then pretty fast with plenty of revs out to about second, maybe a couple of balls outside second, and then into the pocket. And He couldn't miss yesterday doing that. Are you going to Malta this year, Marco? I didn't go yet there last year. I think we've lost a streaming gig there now anyway. Slick Rick's got it. I might get there. Depends if Mike invites me. We, from Talk Temping, we sent Helen Tamblin last year. And she did a great job. I've got to go travel for German Bundesliga. Bundesliga. Sorry about that, folks. I think we're back now. Internet decided to knock itself off. Didn't want to reconnect, but I believe we're back on now. Just confirm for us if you can. Let us know we're back in the game. A couple of frames away from the end of this second game. So Bad Jensen can finish with 223 with 3 strikes on the featured pair. Andy Gillespie can hit a 204 with 3 strikes. Up on lane 9 now. Andy, I believe, is another one that served an ETBF ban at some time or other. Yeah, another good shot there from Bad Jensen. Sloan Ranger on 158 in the 8th with strikes in the 7th, sorry, with strikes in the 8th and 9th to come. He can finish with a 248 if he strikes out. Unlucky not to win the tournament a couple of years ago, Mr. Sloan. He was by far the best player on the lanes 2 years ago. But Paul Moore done him in the final. Not the first Irishman to come second in this tournament. I think that honour went to... I've forgotten his name now. Philip Dunn, there you racking my brains then. I think Philip Dunn was the first Irishman to come second. Could be wrong. It has been known. A 203 from Gillespie, 209 from Jensen. Eric Garda can finish with 197 with 3 more strikes. Sloan goes down on one knee, looking for a strike and doesn't get it. Turkey noise from Selwyn Morgan down there somewhere. So Eric Garda going to finish with a 177 with 1 more strike. And Stephen Joyce with a 215 with a spare and a strike. Picks up the spare. Have a look at some of the other players then in the top half of the field after Foley, Thurby, Gasmans, Mika, Jones, Bride, Salmonson, Pukisto, Gorter, O'Connor. Then we've got Jason Agate, Matty Clayton, James Guthrie, Edwin Van Arle, OK Brookhausen, Jason Burns, Richard Tees, Simon Shepherd, Lee Crocker, Owen McLaughlin, Liam Fitzpatrick, Olli-Pekka Padjari, Stephen Gill, Carl Jensen, Ron Hurt, Aidan Byrne, Caron Saloma, Graham Turner, Nicky Byrne, Nico Theon Point and Colm Cloak, all in the top half and over 1300 at the moment. Tom Nielsen finishes with a 213 on 7 and 8. Sloan Ranger finishes with a 227. Jamie Elliott is going to muster up a 180 something. 189 with a 186, is it? 187. And Nicole Sanders with a 204 if she gets a final strike. Y'all gone a little bit quiet on the chat. Y'all still there? I've not sent you to sleep with my dulcet tones, have I? Right. Iceman, Ramon Hilfering. Opens up with a split on the featured 9 and 10 pair. And he's joined by Alan McDonald. Hans Christian Fagerstad. Calvin Murray from Scotland. The wee man Calvin. Calvin part of the STBA now, I believe. And a bright little cookie, actually. Edits a lot of computer work at university at the moment, I believe. And gets a strike there. Ashley asking how Calvin Murray's bowling. I don't know about generally, but in this game he's just had a strike. And he's on the featured pair now, as you can see. So Ramon, a two-time Malta Open champion. Is it two-time or one-time? I think he's come second a few times, hasn't he? Still not found out who we've got on the other featured pair. One of them looks like it's Sam Hannon. Sam, probably the new kid on the block in the England setup. Came over from Dubai a couple of years ago, moved to England. She'd always had a dream to play for England, and moved the family over from Dubai back to England, and she made the England team. So our dreams can come true. Not a bad little player, actually. I remember when I first saw her about 4 years ago, she was an English name playing in the Middle East, and thinking, who's that? Got in touch with her, and then found out that she had this dream to come to England and all the rest of it. And it was interesting to see how she would perform against the English, because she was playing out on what could have been easy conditions out in the Middle East, but she was averaging quite a lot, like 220. So how will that measure up against the England girls at the moment? Pretty well by the looks of it. She's probably in the top 3 of English girl female bowlers at the moment, of those that still play. You're well travelled, Dom. What's the best 3 centres you've been to? I'd have to say the best one is probably Galactica in Limassol, Cyprus. It's over 3 floors. It's got its own fun fair, and I mean fun fair, roller coaster and big arcade. It's got its own bakery with cakes that you would die to eat. 2 floors of bowling, real food, not burgers and crap. You know, proper pasta and pork chops that are about as big as Lee Credland's leg. Number 2, don't know, possibly Red or Black in Asti in Italy. That was a nice big centre again, with a pasta and pizza restaurant and a big open planned centre with a stage and there's lots of areas to do things in. And then number 3, I don't know. Possibly in England. I forgot what it's called now. Worcester Bowl Extreme, I would probably say, is in my top 3. And I would argue I haven't been to it since because it was a family-made one a couple of years ago, but they've sold it to 10-pin now. So whether it's still as nice as it was, I don't know. But it was one of them centres where you go in and it's just like somebody's front room, basically. Everything's laid out nicely tidy and the carpet were clean and just one of them things that if you dropped a crisp, you'd probably pick it up because you just didn't want to mess the place up. How about you, Dan? What's your top 3? Or the rest of you, for that matter? Where's the best bowling centre you've ever been to? I can name my worst at the moment, and that's Leeds. SH, for anyone that understands what that means. It pains me to say it because that's where I grew up. Dragged up, sorry. Ramon Hilferink, not front 3, open frame and then 3 in a row. Toro Torgerson with his black eye. Shooting a Barney Rubble. I'll have to check with Toro what happened to his eye, whether he walked into something or other reasons. Yeah, I think answer to Dan Balsam's question as well about best centres and stuff. I'd like to visit the Dream Bowl. I'd like to have a look at it. I've heard it's quite a nice centre. Tarley Bowl, where the Bowlmaster's just been held, that's probably for me the best sporting centre around and has been for, well, 30 odd years, 40 years now. Just kind of oozes sport bowling, doesn't it, the Tarley Bowl? It's just built for sport bowling. Dan says Dream Palace in Munich is up there. Huge place, decent food, big beers, and he had his first 300 overseas there. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get to the Dream Bowl one day. Talking really nice centres though. I think some of the boutique bowls they're way up there in terms of looks, and they're not exactly sport bowling or anything, but they, as bowling centres go and the look of them, they look really nice to the boutique ones. I think there's one in London, isn't it? Is it the Ham Summit or other? That's supposed to be pretty lush. Went to one recently, M18 Lanes in North London. That was nice. Big massive video screens all the way around the place. Looked pretty cool. Dan Balsam says Sophia's really nice little centre, proper restaurant, very clean and tidy. I think the general theme here, Dan, is any bowl that's clean and has a decent restaurant makes it a good bowl. If you can order something that isn't a burger in a restaurant, in a bowling centre, then you're winning. Another strike there from Calvin. Strike, 9 miss, then a spare and a double. For Ashley, I was asking how Calvin's doing. He just said, not very well. Not great. It wasn't the words he used, but I was kind of just, I'll blame it on the Scottish. Dan Balsam says, San Marino's my other, mainly because it has most arcade machines I've ever seen in a bowling centre, and they're cheap to play. Good way to pass the time when you've missed the cut. Chins. Yeah, can't beat a decent arcade, as long as it's retro. Can't be doing with all these new games. They put you £2 in or your quid in, you get about 3 minutes. At least with Donkey Kong, you could play it for a bit longer. Brian Michael, Coach Michael says, Don, my top 3 centres are Tali, Helsinki, Reno, and Pyramid Lanes, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yeah, I've heard of Pyramid Lanes. And Reno, obviously. But his favourite ever was Tolworth 1975. I wonder why. Yeah, back in the day, though, one of the nice centres in the UK was Peterborough. When that first opened, the kind of outside indoor look. That was one of the nicer centres back in the 90s. Halfway through the game 3, Tora Torgerson on front 4 now. On your featured pair of 7 and 8 to the left side there. He's probably the pick of all the 8 players at the minute, unsurprisingly. 2-time winner of this tournament in 1996 and last year, 2017. And he's as fit as a butcher's dog, is Tora Torgerson. Fine figure of a man for someone that's over 45-year-old or whatever he is. I think he's nearly 50 actually. But he might even be 50 now. And still rocking the strikes. Ashley Gill saying they tell Calvin, poor effort. Hey, 97 in the 5th, Ashley, with a strike, with a spare, sorry, in the 6th frame. Big split from one of the players down there, I'm not sure who it was. Not somebody I've seen before. Ramon Hilferik on 100 in the 6th frame. And still can't strike. Also bowling for Global now. I think he moved from Ebonite. I'm not sure if Ramon was either with Columbia or Ebonite before. One of the Weber international players. Spent 3 or 4 years in the Kegel Centre as his local home centre, which must be quite nice if you get to go to the Kegel Centre and play there with all the toys that they have. Actually visited it 3 years ago. I was on a holiday in Florida and I got in touch with them and said, can I come down and have a look? And then I just had to run it past the wife and kid who just wanted to go to Disney. Says, I want to go to a bowling alley today, can we go? Luckily, we'd been partied out with Disney for a few days, so got down to the Kegel Centre. What a place that is. Reasonably difficult to find in the first place, and then it just looks like a a normal kind of unit building, and then you go inside and you wouldn't even know it was a bowling centre from the outside, really. But then you go in and it's you're like a kid in a sweet shop if you're a bowler. Got to go around all the secret places, but weren't allowed to film. Paul Edser says top 3: Paris, airport, in the old days before the extension. And how do you even say that? K-N-I-J-N. Well, it depends if the K and the J are silent. Nin. Is that how you say it? Actually, a nice shot there from Calvin. That's first player I've seen playing kind of first arrow. It's not something you see a lot these days, people playing outside boards. It's like move left and rag it. Move left and rag it. Amsterdam, okay. What constitutes a nice bowling centre these days? Is it the lanes? Is it the tidiness of a place? Is it the decor? Is it the food? Is it a high-scoring centre that makes you like it? The staff? The toilets? The carpet? What's the main things that you look for in a centre to make it a good centre? Front 5 now from Tora. His name is Tora, 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 Tora. And he's going for 6 in a row. Oh, solid tempo. Jinxed it. Couple of frames away from the end of this game. Quite busy around the back now, a lot of players watching. Chewy's turned up, it looks like. Who else can we see? Alex Russell. Hey, okay? Yeah, not too bad, mate. Big Craig from Porky's Pro Shop just turned up. Who else we got? Carol Catchpole at the back there from Ireland. At the other side, Dunno. We've got the green screen working now, so whoever's the squad winner will get them in the virtual studio, the virtual Storm studio. Looks like the Frenchy girls sat there at the minute. Ooh, that's a good question, Paul Edser. Best player to play and not win the Irish Open? Timmy Mack, maybe. It depends what, you know, Timmy at the height of his bowling or, you know, Timmy on his way down. But Timmy Mack's probably a good shout for best bowler never to have won it. If it weren't for all the injuries over the last few years, Timmy would still be racking up the scores. I don't think people understand just how good he was for 10, 15 years. On the World Game more than anything, he was probably the first American to really travel the world and win in just about every zone he went to. and reaping the benefits now because, you know, Timmy's a well-loved and liked person around the world for good reason. Does well to remember people's names and faces. Can't be easy when you go to so many zones. Who else has maybe not won it that should have done? Looking through the list though, you know, from the UK alone, everybody that should have won it has won it, really. What about you, Paul? Who do you think? And the rest of you out there in the world. The question is, who's the best player not to have won the Irish Open that's actually played the tournament? Belmonte, actually. Didn't Belmo come over one year to the Irish Open? I need to double check on that, but I'm sure Belmo might have played this. Yeah, Stu Williams has won it. If you want to go to Talk 10 Pin and look for the history of the Irish Open for anyone that's interested, there is a full list of everyone that's won the tournament in the 30 years now. Just to run down some of those names: Chris Buck, Steve Gomersall, Del Delaney, Marcel van der Bosch from the Netherlands, who was a top player in Europe back in the late 80s, early 90s. Nico Tienpon from the Netherlands, he's here this year. Jeff Buck, Knut Hansen, Tore Torgersen, Thomas Leanderson, Keith Hodge, Matthias Serup, Peter Ireland, Wim van der Veen, Paul Evans Jr., Stu Williams, Paul Moore, who's won it 3 times, Sven Roger Olsen, Nick Froggatt, Don Barrett. Don Barrett's won it 3 times as well. Brian Voss, 2-time winner, legend. Barry Foley, Jamie Bottomley, to name a few. And on the female side, Kira Ray, Amanda Larkin, Hayley Rumkey, Zara Giles, Hayley White, Cassie Staudinger, Karina Dykes, Ghislaine van der Tol, Laura Roney, Victoria Sofkova, Kirsten Penny. Best bowler I've ever seen is Kirsten Penny. Ever. It's a shame she didn't get on the Pro Tour or the PWA Tour back when it failed the first time round. She was different gravy, Kirsten. Other winners: Sharon Lowe, Lena Sulkanen, Jessica Olsen, Yanni Helm, Lisa John, legend in the UK, Anne Jacobs, Pauline Smith-Buck, Tracy Dew, Gina Wardle, Kimberly Oakley, or Kimberly Coop as she was then. Paul Delaney, maybe? Yeah, I'm not sure how many. Yeah, Paul will have played this Irish Open at some point, but yeah, Paul's going to be one of them that probably makes it into the Hall of Fame based on just a few results, purely because he was that good. And then just pretty much stopped bowling, coached instead. Steve Thornton from England, maybe? You could argue he's another potential Hall of Famer in the future that hasn't won the Irish Open, but he's won everything else. Scammell will have played it, I would have thought, but he's not won it, so he could be another Hall of Famer. And then again, you could argue anybody that's in the Hall of Fame that hasn't played the Irish Open was potentially the ones like Brian Michael and Bernie Caterer as well, and Ronnie Oldfield, who will have played this at some point. So 194 for Ramon Hilferink, 187 for Hans Chris Vargestad. Calvin Murray's going to finish with a 194. Alan McDonald's striking for fun at the end of the game. 5 in a row, looking for another one for 214. Kelly McDonald. with 171 in the 9th on 7 and 8, and you featured 4. Tora Torgerson on for a 268 if he hits 3 more strikes. Dan Balsam says best player to never won the Irish Open is Lee Chatfield. All right. I'm surprised he's not here yet. I do think he'll probably turn up yet. He seems to be always on holiday, that boy. TV's Lee Chatfield. Oh yeah, Philip Dunn, Irish. Yeah, that's probably that's a good call on the Irish side. He's certainly the best Irishman never to have won it. I remember watching Philip Dunn in the British Open when he won it in '87, I think it was. He was unbelievable. He was bowling with his battered old Fireball 1. If you remember the old Ebonite Fireball. Beat up to crap with the ball, and he just 270s and 260s, and you know, we're talking 1987, so that's when a 260 and a 280 were actually a good game. Dan Balsam saying Lee Chatfield's not on holiday as much as Elliot Crosby. He's learning from the master, he's Elliot, isn't he? How to go through life doing as little as possible. I'm sure Chatters works really hard when he's a window technician. I bet he's seen some stuff as well. New players, we're going to see Glenn Richardson, Barry O'Hanrahan, and O'Hanrahan, or Ranhan, Edwin Van Aale, and Gujan. They're doing this on purpose. Gujan Juliusson. What about John Wells? He's probably played the Irish Open. I wouldn't say he's the best player to have never won it, though. He's the man that's bowled the most 300s never to have won it. He's a great player, is John Wells, don't get me wrong. But he's not won that much. Not to say he's not gonna, though. Right, well, we're on great players then. We've got the Hall of Fame inductions coming up very shortly. I believe the committee have all been asked for their nominations for this year. If you got a chance to nominate somebody into the UK 10-pin Hall of Fame, who would it be and why? So who would you put in the UK 10-pin Hall of Fame that isn't in already? Give you a quick rundown of people that are already in the Hall of Fame. Kirsten Penny, Pauline Buck, Zara Giles, Gemma Harding, or Gemma Burden as she was at the time, Gina Wardle, Lisa John, Sheila Leonard, Joe Cundy, Meg Shaw, and Kimberly Oakley on the women's side. And on the men's side so far, we've got Bernie Caterer, Don Barrett, Ron Oldfield, Stu Williams, Brian Michael, Paul Moore, Dave Pond, Chris Buck, and Phil Scammell. So out of all those, who would you put in the Hall of Fame this year if you had the chance? Brian Michael just sending me a message then. The reason he never won the Irish Open is because he never played it. So a question at the moment then, who would you put in the UK 10-pin Hall of Fame that isn't already in there? If you had a chance to nominate one man, one female. Glenn Richardson starts us off with a strike on the... What is he doing with that Jedward haircut? Jedward! $268 then for TT, Tore Torgerson. Brian Michael on the private chat saying Jerry Bugden for the Hall of Fame. Jerry Bugden, the first British man to win a World Masters title way back. Jerry Bugden's a good call. Could possibly get in the next 2 or 3 years. I could throw a few names out there for you to consider. Steve Thornton, Wayne Greenall, Nick Froggatt. Going back a little bit further, obviously Jerry Bugden, Jeff Buck. If Jeff gets in, that'll be 3 members of the same family in the Hall of Fame already. Chris Buck, Pauline Buck, and just Jeff to get in. On the female side, you've got Judy Howlett. Nikki Harvey, or Nikki Hamilton as she is now. Hayley White, or Hayley Russell as she is now. Still young, but actually got a lot of medals from both junior and adult. But throw some names out there. Who would you put in the UK 10-pin Hall of Fame? Lol Ellis, Ron Deacon, Jez Darville. Yeah, good names there from Paul Edser. Kim Richardson says, good luck, Glenn. Kiss, 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 kiss. He's just struck again, though, for 3 in a row. Hope you're enjoying this, Kim. Other names going way back that could be considered. Tony Blanchett and Terry Sullivan. They won the silver in the Masters in the European Championships way back in 1965. You got a few players there in 1969. Hey, you all right? Good to see you. All right. Roger Wichelow's here. Del Delaney's just turned up apparently. Oh, it's not Del Delaney. It's the guy that looks like him. Oh, it's Del Delaney. I didn't know we were on this block. I have to go say hello to Del. Yeah, so other players, Tony Samuels, Bobby Mansfield, Clive Thomas, all names from the past, Brian Wilkes, Ralston Reed, Dave Staples, Eric Butcher. These are all people that have won medals for England at some point. Del Delaney also won medals. Tommy Marshall, Roger Creamer. And then coming forward in time, you've got people like Steve Thornton, as we said, Wayne Greenall. All won medals. Kim Richardson says, I love watching my son bowl when I can. Yeah, so you should be proud of him. Certainly when he's gone front four, looking for 5 in a row. He might bowl a 300 for his mummy. Right, so we're going to get a look at Del Delaney now on 7 and 8. I didn't know he was actually in this block. Saw his name on Wednesday, but I didn't know if he'd played. He were playing another one. Del won this tournament way back, 1991. If you just joined us, you're watching the 30th Irish Open live from the 18-lane Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. My name's Dom Gall from TalkTenPin.net, and I'm trying to be sounding like a DJ. Did it work? Oh, comes up high, does Del. Leaves 2 in the corner. 5 in a row for Glenn. And Barry O'Hanrahan on the front 5. Make that 6 for O'Hanrahan. Tom Byrne with a big strike on lane 7. He won the senior event last year, did Tom, I think? Obviously, the older end of the bowlers, they're all playing the senior side of the tournament. And that's not to say that they can't do it in the main part of the tournament as well. One or two of them looking to become the first people to win the tournament and the senior tournament. Del's one of them. Nico Tiempon from Netherlands, he's another. Del's style's not changed a bit over the years. Del! How are you doing? Good, mate. Yeah, not too bad. Roger Witchlow were up there, goes, Del, the lady's in. I saw your name on Wednesday, but I didn't know you were on again.
I'm stopping with my mate for the weekend, so I've got to come up today anyway. Yeah. I was going to have to play League and Out tonight, so I'm in the hotel for 2 nights. I thought I'll have another. About 750 for 3 and 550 for the other 3. It's not good today.
Good luck anyway. Nice to see you. Front 7 then for Glenn Richardson. Are we going to see another 300? And are we going to see it live? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be all right for you, Kim, if we give you a 300 today from your lad. Still got to shoot another 5 strikes though. But he's looking good at the minute, and I think it will be the first lefty 300 of this year. I think they've all been right-handers so far. I could be wrong. Keep your comments and chat coming in. Anybody want to pose another question to keep us talking for a bit? Ooh, a strike there for Dell. Makes it a double on 7 and 8. And Daria Payuk. Let's have a look at Daria now. Just had an open frame in that last frame. He missed a single pin. Spare 3 in a row, 9 miss. Rips the rack there though. Oh, and again, Glenn. Front 8 then for Glenn Richardson from England. Kim says, I would have loved to have been there to see it. He had so many injuries last year. Just hope his wrist holds up. Dan Balsam just back from the back to the bowling centre conversation. Looking forward to seeing the new Tilburg Centre that's about to be completed. Yeah, dolphin ball. That should be good actually, because there'll be a bit of thought that's gone into the sporting side of it on a new build, so could be interesting. Is it going to be big enough to hold a World Cup? It'd be nice to have one in Holland. If it's AMF machines, that is. There's EBT there in April, says Dan Balsam. He says him and Chatters will be going driving down. Yeah, I think quite a few people will go over to Tilburg, won't they? It's not too far for the English to make it to the Netherlands. Kim says there on the chat, oh Glenn, you can do this. You can. Right, front 8 looking for number 9. They've all been pretty solid so far. There's been no sniff of a single pin, but have I just jinxed it by saying that? Yeah, another one on the bowling centres in and around the UK. Dan, Rotherham's looking good, or it will be good soon. Oh, he doesn't like that at all. Oh, and he's got away with it. You jammy. Give a wave to your mum when you go up there as well. Your mum's watching. Give it a wave. Simon says it'll have 24 lanes and new AMF machines. That's probably big enough for a World Cup. Just ask them if they want to have World Cup there, Simon. Let's have it there this year. It'll be awesome, that. I don't have to go on a 9-hour flight to get to a World Cup then. I like the chocolate milkshake in the Netherlands as well. Chocomel, it used to be called. I don't know if they still make it. Is that, do they still do it in Holland, Simon? Chocomel? It came in bottles, glass bottles of this chocolate milk. It was, lovely. Dan Bolton says, I've heard Mansfield is quite nice. Not been to Mansfield for a long time. But yeah, I think they've put Brunswick stuff in there now, though. Or certainly the Brunswick Sync scoring is in Mansfield. With AMF machines, I believe. Because how does that work? How do you put a Brunswick scoring into an AMF machine? It's probably about the two things that don't talk to each other usually. Ah, they do. Right, that's the thing you bring in for me next year then. Some Chocomel. Right, front nine then, Glenn Richardson. I'll film it from the back actually, so that we get a video of it as well as the live stream. Won't be filming the first two shots. I don't want to jinx him. But if he gets to the 12th, jazz the camera out and get another video of it. So Glenn Richardson from England, left-hander, front nine. 8 of them have been good. But I think he's thrown his bad shot now, so chances are this could well be a potential 6th 300 of the tournament so far. I think it's 6 now. There's the first one, come on. Oh yeah, all right. That's number 1. Looking for another strike. Have you got any fingernails left, Kim? I'll check with Glenn what he's had for his first couple of games before this. Edwin Van Aale on the featured pair there, 234. 211 for Gujan Julison. And Barry O'Hanrahan is going to finish with a 243 if he strikes out. So Glenn Richardson, second ball of the 10th frame. He's come inside, but he's got it. Now this could go horribly wrong on the last shot, or it's just like everything he's throwing is going to strike. I've got a feeling he's going to do it no matter what he throws here. It could be a really bad shot and still strike. As long as it strikes, that's the main thing. All right, we'll get the camera out for another shot. Kim says, oh my God, my heart is beating so fast. Ah, Sean Friendly. Hello, Sean. Cheers, Dom. Do you have any more ladies this year? Hang on a sec, mate. I'm just going to film this 300. There we got it. Right, so give me a minute. I'll get the video up of what I just filmed then. We've got it live anyway, though. Another horrible. Yeah, I told you, not a great shot. Just going to let you know what he's bowled so far.
219, 147, 175, 300.
Great video quality again, says Sean. Thanks, Sean. How are you doing anyway? You should have come over this year, mate. Or we'll get Seismic sponsor the tournament again next year and have you over. Yeah, there's not a lot of ladies in the tournament this year. There's a few. Yeah. Oh, actually, Rog. It'll be on here. Oh, is it a watch? Right. Oh my God, well done, Glenn. So proud of you. Kiss, 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 kiss. And Dan Balsam says, I'm not sure I liked it, but they went down. Well done, Glenn. Yeah, he wasn't totally sure about the last 3 or 4, but he just got a feeling that he was going to bowl that no matter what he threw down. It looked that way, and was so proved. So let's get a second. Only just caught the 300. 300 from England. Glenn. .300 from England's Glenn Richardson in the Irish Open post. Right, that'll be up on Talk Tempin in 10 seconds. So if you go to Talk Tempin Facebook page, you should see a video of Glenn's 300. Yeah, going back to what you were saying, Sean, about female bowlers this year, we've got a really good one. Daria Pajuk from Poland. Not going to see her now actually because she's going on to 11 and 12, but we just had her on 7 and 8 a minute ago. Kira Ray, the defending champion, is over as well. This year comes tonight, I think. There's a couple of Dutch girls that are worth watching out. As always, it's mostly men in the Irish Open. There's a few women, maybe 10 or 15 at most. Or 20 maybe. All right, Dan Molson, then how many 300s do you think we'll have by the end of Sunday? David Keogh says 10. What are we on now? 6. Aidan Byrne, Timu, Paul, Barry, and I'm missing one somewhere. Oh yeah, the Irish lad Owen earlier, and now Glenn. We've had 6 so far. So yeah, 10 looks like a safe bet really. 6 in 3 days. Dan Balsam says 9. I guess that'll get a little bit frustrating for some of the players though when they see so many 300s going in and then they can't get them. You've still got to get 12 in the hole. I think by Glenn's own admission there, that wasn't a great 300. The first 8 were really good. But then from 9, 10, 11 and 12, there were at least 3 out of the 4 that were, let's be honest and say, lucky. But at the end of the day, 300's 300. It's not as big as it used to be. Or special, but yeah, I think for anyone that's never had a 300, that first one that you get, no matter what condition you do it on, is an achievement. You can't belittle it by saying a 300's not worth something, but it's certainly not worth what it used to be worth. I think the new 300's back-to-back 300, isn't it? And the new back-to-back to back-to-back to back. Right, featured pairs again. We've got Richard Teese, Robert Lind, Julian Viskokis on 7 and 8, and then on 9 and 10 we've got Brian Gillespie, Paul Moore, Owen McLaughlin, and Peter Sampson. Yeah, shout out to Sean Friendly from Seismic Bowling out there in America. Sean joined us 2 or 3 years ago on the stream. And we had a great stream in the final. Missing your videos, Sean. You're not doing so many of the funny videos anymore. Come on, start doing some more. They were pretty cool. Dan Balsam says, I think there was something like 17 at the Euro Challenge last year. There were so many that mine didn't even get filmed, as they were filming another one at the same time. Gee, who were they filming instead of you, Dan? Was it somebody good, or were you just cheated? Yeah, 17 300s in a tournament's ridiculous, isn't it? I think to have 5 or 6 in a tournament is kind of, well, we're edging towards arcade bowling, aren't we? Some would say probably the cat's out of the bag now. How do you put it back in? How are you going to make a lot of bowlers bowl on tougher patterns when they've got so used to being house pros? Paul hits the pocket, leaves a single pin. Dan says the person that were filming might have been Sean Rash, to be fair. That's not fair though, is it? Because Sean Rash has had loads of 300s before. They should have been filming Dan Balsam. Sean, I'm doing great in Las Vegas doing the military championships. Have you bowled okay, Sean? I watch your videos and you strike all the time. Big tournament, that military one there, from what I've heard. Oh, big shot there from Gillespie. Fair rag to the ball for a Scotsman. Right, new question then. Weber Cup. Who would you pick this year? For both teams, would you keep the same European side? Would you squeeze Paul Moore back in, or Oscu? Would you give Richard Teese a shot? Who would you drop? Americans, same 4? Bring back the big guns? Tommy Jones and Chris Barnes, world champions again last year at the World Championships in the doubles. Do they get called back, or do you keep with the same 4? Does Anthony Simonson get a shot? Do they need a lefty? Come back for these answers and more after the break. Sean says, Sean Friendly out there in the States says, got a ball singles in an hour. Next year I'll be 50. Could bowl with seniors. But they are tough over there. Yeah, you'd have trouble beating the seniors over here, I think, to be fair. I would say when you're clean shaven, Sean, you don't look 50. But then when you have that little white beard going on, that's when you start to look 50. Sean says, Daria is amazing. Great personality too. She is. She's a lot of fun. A little bit cheeky face to her as well. Big split there for Gillespie this time. Owen McLaughlin with his Honey Badger. Bowled a 300 earlier on today. Oh, rips them up again. He might bowl another one. That's front three there. Hey, good luck in the singles though, Sean. Let's see you win some big stuff. Is it cash prizes in the military championships, or is it trophies and things? Paul Moore not having much fun. Another split on lane 9. Dan Balsam said, did you see Daria's dad had a 298 in AIK a couple of weeks ago, two-hander? I didn't actually. You imagine Daria's dad were probably a single-hander and then she got good. And whooped his ass a few times and he's thinking, hang on, I'm going to have to bowl two-handed now to beat her. Yeah, actually, if you type in Daria Payak or Pajak and talk temping in the same sentence, it'll bring up an interview that we did with Daria way back in 2008. Daria started bowling when she was 9.5 years old. Oh, she started 9.5 years then. So what was she? She was about six or seven when she started. If you just joined us, you're watching the 30th Irish Open live from the 18-lane Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. My name's Dom Gall from TalkTemping.net. And I'd like to thank the sponsors this year, including Storm, Rocks Jewellers, Cool Tech, Crumlin Print, Starbucks, Amau, TGI Fridays, Frylight, Dublin Food Sales, Glen Ely Foods, Heineken, and of course the main sponsor this year, Storm Bowling. Leading the tournament at the moment, after 8 blocks, or 8 squads, is Ireland's Barry Foley, the 2013 winner and the only Irish male winner ever. 15.09. He shot with a 186 first game. Rob Thirlby in second from England with 14.78, followed by Steve Gassmans from Belgium with 14.69. Patrick Meeker from Holland with 14.43. And Andy Jones with 14.36. Making up the top 5. The cut we believe is going to be round about 13.30 to 60, 70. We're not sure at the moment. It's going to be quite a high cut for Ireland. And if you've missed any of the action so far, get yourself off to... Sorry? Front 9 on 17 and 18, right. I'm going to have to go down to 17 and 18 in a minute. Who is it doing there? No. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to go down to 17 and 18 and find out who it is and see if we get another 300. Yeah, if you get yourself off to... Oh, Alan McDonald. Yeah. He was doing okay on the featured pair not so long back. Yes, if you want the results, if you get yourself to 10pinbowling.ie/Irish Open, I'll bring up all the results. You can also find them via talk10pin.net and also bowlingdigital.com. I'll be back in a few minutes. Right, we didn't get a 300 from Alan McDonald. He left a 10-pin. Nothing much to report on the featured pairs. Not big scores or anything. Paul Moore 71 in the 5th frame and a double in the 6th and 7th now, struggling. Owen McLaughlin 147 in the 6th with a spare in the 7th, 163 now in the 7th. He's probably the pick of the 4 players on that pair. Paul Edser said, nice to see Rob Thirlby light win it this year. And Dan Balsam agreed, top bloke. I tell you what, if he does win it, that kind of puts him closer to a Hall of Fame place, because he's won the Brunswick Euro Challenge. You start adding some of the big opens to the career list, then you've got a fighting chance. Rob's probably one of those players that's not played abroad as much as you would expect. He's pick and choose his events, and he's always, you know, in the top 10 or top 15 of nearly every tournament he plays usually. He's as good as he wants to be most of the time, even though he's half the man he was last year. 4 stone, he said he's lost. Which he wasn't particularly fat in the first place, I don't think. But he did say he's had a dodgy knee for a while, and now he's taken the weight off. His knee's not giving him any trouble. And there's nothing wrong with having a 6-pack at 35-year-old. And it'd be a real 6-pack and not one that's in the fridge. Just a couple of frames away then on 9 and 10 from finishing this game, and we'll find out who we've got for our last game. Dan Balsam says, met Alan McDonald at Triple Crown last year. His daughter also played for their women's team. Wonder how many father-daughters have played an international event for their country in the same event. We had a few at the World Cup this year, actually, Dan. Mothers and daughters and fathers and sons. And there's probably more than you think. There's usually a gap between, obviously, the mother or the father played 20 years ago, and then the daughter or son goes and plays for the same country. There's plenty of them. Actually at the same time is obviously a bit more difficult usually. Oh, big split there for the 300 man. Glenn Richardson down on 13 and 14 now. Right, so we'll let this game finish up. I'm going to take a short break myself, get something to drink, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes time, ready for the next game. So keep watching, hope you're enjoying it. If you're not, turn telly on. All right, we're back again, and welcome to the 30th Irish Open Championships, live from the 18 lanes De Logan Leisureplex. And we're into the final game of Block 9, or Squad 9. Another two squads today, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Okay, I will be having a break, possibly in the next block, or the later block. And hopefully Simon will be back, if you're listening, Si. Daniel Bonfield. Basher here from my sick bed. Pray for Basher. What am I watching? Is this practice? Or Squad 10? Squad 10. It's Squad 10, Bash. What's wrong with you anyway? Are you just run down with family life and kids jumping on you? Or have you been working hard at Tesco? So, featured pairs. Starting from the left side. Bard Jensen, Andy Gillespie, Eric Garder and Stephen Joyce on 7 and 8, and on 9 and 10. We got Marcel van der Zee, Nicky O'Malley, Paul Gregg, or Grieg, and Bianca Vicarad. Yeah, final game of Squad 9. Who's winning this squad? Any big scores? Do you know, I couldn't tell you, Bash. Not because I don't want to, I just couldn't tell you because I don't know. The scores are getting done at the end of the block, so unless you physically walk down and look at all the scores, you don't really know who's potentially leading. Your mate's had a 300 though. Glenn Richardson shot 300 on the featured pair of 9 and 10 a couple of games ago. And the video should be up on Talk Temping, Dan, if you've not seen it. I know you don't go on that website much, but on the Talk Temping Facebook page there should be a video of Mr. Richardson's 300. Although it doesn't appear to be there. No, it's not there. What's going on? Let's stick it up again then. Unless I put it somewhere else without knowing. No, I can't put it up yet because the Wi-Fi's gone down. Paul Edson said he's just sick from filming money on supermarket adverts. Got some sort of virus, scared to cough, or he'll be sick or, or crap himself. This is Glenn had 300, easy on the left. You should have come then, shouldn't you, Dan? Well, not if you're sick like, but... There you go, in answer to your question earlier on, who's the best player never to have won the Irish Open that hasn't played it? Ash Bonfield. Because he did win a Yak doubles tournament a years ago. I don't like to talk about it like, but... Bonfield says, judging by the scores, it ain't too difficult on the right either. No, it's not too difficult, Dan. There's a few that make it look difficult and there's a few that make it look easy, but it's certainly a playable condition by the looks of it. Mr. Bonfield on the chat there saying he'd be shut out if he came. Oh yeah, they'd probably change the condition to make sure you were shut out. Right, Paul Gregg on 4 in a row now. Front 4 even. Looking for the 7th 300 of the championship so far. Yeah, go on, Greg. Front 5 now for him. Richard Teese on an open frame, then 4 in a row. See you later. Strike there for Bianco, we could add. First strike of this game after 4 spares. Halfway through this final game of the 9th squad. Dan Balsam says, semi-interesting Paul Gregg fact. He's very good at card tricks. Hopefully he can magic his way to a 300 here. Very good, Dan. I like what he did there. Magic his way. Biff Bap off, 300. And then, looking for number 6. Oh, I like that. Not a lot. Comes up light. Single pin, jinxed him. Why am I getting no internet on the phone now? Can't upload that video until I do. Who is it? I'll go find out. Right, we've got a front 9 again. Dan Barfield saying it's what it needs to be for the re-entry tournament. You make it really hard and people are leave demoralised because they've scored terrible and they won't bother re-entering. But you make it easy. You dangle a carrot out there for bowlers to re-enter. You know the score, Dan. I'll be back in a minute. We've got front 9. Edwin Van Arle, it was, went front 9 and then left a 6 count. Yeah, I think the reason why I'm not getting any internet is because everybody's in on the internet now and I can't get no speed. I need some speed. Paul Edson says, better to watch too. I don't really want to see anybody at 180s all day. I'd like to say hello to a special little girl out there in England who I've heard is the best little girl in the world, and she's called Taylor Bonfield. Taylor, smack your daddy on the head. Not too hard, don't hurt him. But say, Daddy, start bowling better. A 279 pace here for Paul Gregg. After that single pin, he's gone back with another couple of strikes. Right, Taylor. Did you smack Daddy then? Just smack him again and say, get me an Xbox. Andy Gillespie with a 257. Bart Janssen with a 226. Richard Teese on 153 in the 7th with strikes working in the 8th and 9th. Yeah, cheers. She's waving at the screen like a numpty. Right, Taylor, you need to tell Daddy that you need a bowling ball if you're going to be the next female British champion. Say, Daddy, I need a bowling ball. I need a honey badger. temping again for Paul Gregg. So just about finished now. Uncertain as to who the squad winner is. We'll see if we can find out though, because we could do with getting somebody into the virtual studio. We'll go find out who it's looking like for the block. So yeah, we think it's Ramon Hilferink. Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, we think Ramon Hilferink from the Netherlands, 236 over, 1436 is the squad winner. Either way, we'll get him up for an interview. Just set up the studio. Right then, we're just about complete on this block. And we're just waiting for Ramon Hilferink to come up. Dan Balsam says, yeah, Ramon, really nice guy. Can bowl a bit. That he can. That he can. We're just waiting around for him to pop up now for a quick chat. We think it's Ramon. I didn't see anybody else with anything bigger. So apologies if you did beat Ramon and you didn't get your interview. We'll get Barry Foley in the virtual studio later as well. We got one set up yesterday. But we'll want to chat with Barry about his 1509. So remember to check back with tempingbowling.ie/Irish Open for the latest scores after that block, after that squad. While I find Ramon, where is he? Oh, there he is. He's looking around for something. He's putting his bowling balls away. We'll have him in a moment. We'll be back at 4 o'clock for the next block. Be really nice if you joined us. Dan Bonfield says, just don't mention Liverpool's defence when you interview Mr. Foley. You won't be able to shut him up. Yeah, not mentioning football. At all. Right then, we're going to be here with Ramon Hilferink in a second. Just bring you in, Ramon. You can hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
All right, here we go then. I think we're on. He's turned the... 2 seconds, Ramon. I think we're live now, Ramon. I can't really tell because we've usually got 2 screens here, and I know when I've moved it across, but we'll start the interview anyway because it should come up here in a minute. Ah, there we go. We got you. 12:36 then. 14:36. You had in the end. Yeah. What games in that? Any big ones?
Ended with 240, 250, 260. That was kind of the only thing that really got me going. Shot 230 the first 2 games. 190 on the live stream pair.
You had a block yesterday that you didn't bowl particularly well in.
105 maybe, something like that.
105 over. Have you been bowling reasonably well lately?
Not particularly.
No.
Missed a cut in Stockholm, missed a cut in Helsinki. And
what's wrong at the moment?
Struggling a little bit. Working on my physical game a lot. Have some problems hooking it a little bit. Obviously, there's so much friction on the outside here that I can hook it now. So it kind of helps. But.
It's been since you left Weber, though, hasn't it? You've kind of hit a little bit of a slump.
Well, the first part of the summer was pretty all right. Like 3 top 10 finishes in APTs back to back to back. But since then, it like kind of slowly went down a little bit. But yeah, maybe it's just because I have to like live off bowling now.
Is some of it as well that you've played a lot in America as opposed to Europe?
Yes, in
So
the
to come
beginning,
back to Europe to actually play that.
in the beginning for sure.
Yeah.
Like volumes are so much lower here than what I'm used to, especially in college bowling. That just all the shapes, like my eyes aren't like really used to them yet. I switched ball companies in May as well,
That's
so
compounded it a little bit. Yeah.
so it's like everything up together that made it a little tough.
What was working on the lanes for you today in the global range?
The last 3 games I used the Inception Pearl, keeping it fairly tight. I think I was just hooking it a little too much yesterday. Moment I like spread up a little bit, I couldn't really miss anymore.
What about the Honey Badger? Do you bowl that much?
it's the best ball in my bag, but right now I don't really see it being in play that much.
300 we won earlier though. Maybe time to pull it out.
No, I actually tried it in practice today, and I tried it in the end of the block yesterday. But the Honey Badger is for like more friction stuff.
Yeah.
And yes, they hook a lot, but they only hook on the outside. They don't really hook in the middle.
Right. Yeah. Where are you in the world at the moment? Where you living and what you doing?
I'm currently living with my parents at home in the Netherlands. But
that's not a bad thing. Don't worry
no,
about that.
No.
A lot of us did that for a lot of years.
Yeah, I know. But since I graduated Weber, like I moved straight back. But since then, I might have been home for maybe 40 days total.
Yeah.
At most.
And are you working now?
I'm coaching at the former Keiko Training Center Europe. We just switched names. And the training center burned down 2 years ago.
Yeah, just waiting for the new one to get built.
And the new one is opening next week.
Excellent.
Week and a half from now. Yeah.
That should be good. And what have you got coming up this year, tournaments-wise?
February is a little off, just German league and stuff. Then kind of when the summer starts already, what's it called? Euro Challenge. Then I go to USBC Masters. And then who knows what the PBA is going to do this summer. And
yeah, that was my next question. Are you going to attack the PBA a little bit?
I bowled the World Series. I bowled in Oklahoma this past year.
How did that go for you this year?
First time.
Learning experience. Yeah, they're saying for Richard Teese and stuff. I mean, they played it a couple of times before they actually got up there.
No, actually, I was 9th on Cheetah after the first 5 games. First 8 games.
Yeah.
And second block was not as great. Couldn't really just keep up with the pace. Well, I was 9th with 247 average, so it's like the scores were fairly high.
Back to Malta again this year, maybe?
I hope so.
How many times have you won it now? 2 times winner? 1 time winner and second twice, wasn't it?
Second, first, fifth.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to get another win on that one.
Yeah, I wanted to go last year, but it collapsed with the PBA.
Yeah.
And we're praying that the PBA is not going to collapse with Malta this year.
Yeah,
we still don't know.
PBA, man, they can't clash with Malta. They don't realise how big a tournament it is. You going to play again?
Probably. I don't think 1436 is going to be enough for
the higher
top 8.
Cuts. Yeah,
for the top 8.
You're chasing the top 8 still. Yeah. Oh, good luck anyway, Ramon. It's good to see you again. Nice to see you in Europe again. You know, I kind of thought we'd lost you to America, really. I thought.
No, like I really wanted to stay, but it was just impossible.
Yeah, it's finding the right jobs and stuff, innit? And then you got the green card and all the rest of it.
No, I could have stayed. I could have got a full-time job, but I had to get a full-time job in order to stay in the States. Full-time job means no bowling.
Yeah, unless you're working in a bowling brand that lets you bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, and I right now I just couldn't do that. So I just decided to do my masters in Europe.
Well, good luck with it all, Ramon. It's good to see you again, and I think we'll see you in the finals at some stage. How high is up to you, but you're certainly one of the players to watch in this tournament. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right, that just about concludes it then. Thanks, Ramon. We'll be back at 4 o'clock for the next block, the next squad. Hope you've enjoyed the streaming today. We've finally got the green screen working and the interviews. So we'll have some more of them later on. So I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye for now.
The players from Finland, please.